In this sales demonstration, we're going to have a look at some of the methods that we can raise a quotation within the InterAcct system. We're going to look at a number of options underneath the job system, as well as sales order entry and quick invoicing systems. Under a job, we've got the option to be able to have detailed estimates, summary estimates, repair work invoice estimates, and all of these methods have options to be able to create quotations from them. We can also create quotations that don't have estimates as well if we want to. I've created an estimate in this system here for some materials. We can see that there's a cost here of $27,000 and that we expect to sell that for $47,000. For this one estimate, I've actually created 5 different quotations. I'm going to show you these quotations. This is a P-type estimate. It looks at the phases that we've set up, putting in dollar values for the different sections in there, the total price. On the second page, it's got an area for our signature as well as some quote-specific clauses and general terms and conditions on the last page. We've also got the option to be able to print this in a Word document where we can see here the same sort of information, except then obviously we can change that data if we need to. A D-type quote gives us a summary of the cost groups that are going to be in that same cost estimate with the markups that we've put on them, but no details as to the individual items in that quote. The other pages of the quote are the same. An I-type quote, and it's an itemized quote. It shows us all of the breakdown of the individual costs, quantities, prices, showing all the details that we've keyed in underneath the estimate. We also have an S-type or summary type of quote where we can type in as much text as we like, dollar value, into the other quotation. So in here we can determine what text we want to see in the quote, and that's common to all the different types of job quote that we've been looking at. We can have what quote clauses we want to include, what terms and conditions we want to normally have. The L or line by line quote gives us subheadings with dollar values relating to each of those, but doesn't necessarily need to be tied back to the phases that we've set up underneath the quotation. We also have a print of this underneath our normal print application, and with this printing tool that we use in the system, we've got the option to be able to print that out to our standard printer, email it directly to a client, turn it into a PDF, or even change it into an Excel file if we're wanting to pull the data out, and that's common through most of the reports within the system. All of the systems within InterAcct that are able to create a quotation automatically update a central quotation register, as well as contact history information underneath our client, so we can see when we've raised quotes and when we need to follow them up again. If we come into the quote register here, we can see all the different quotes. We can see the statuses as to whether they've been won, the categories of the clients, when the work's needed to be done by, what chance the salesperson thought we had of winning this job, contact details, everything else. If we want to, we can jump in and drill down further into this, linking back to the job, reprinting the quotation or other information that is in the system. We also have the option for a system called the repair work system. In this, we can create a number of different work tasks. Each of these work tasks can have the values for what we expect in materials and labour, and we can produce something called a cost estimate to be able to send out to the client. The cost estimate includes the standard inclusions and exclusions, etc., that we're wanting to set up there, as well as the headings from the different items that we want to have. We don't need to break down that quotation into the actual components that are going to be used. We're just using nice simple summaries and showing when we're going to do the work. If you've got the marine database, you've got the option to be able to create a marine quote, putting in details of what work is needing to be performed on the vessel with a quoted value, and then the system can create a quotation straight for you. Underneath the sales order entry system, we've got the option underneath here to be able to print a quotation as well. It pulls through details of what product it is that we want to sell, part numbers. It's got options here to display how much of a deposit they might need to pay to be able to get started on the project. We've also got order confirmations and pro forma invoices that can print out as well from the sales order entry system. Under the quick invoice system, we can sell products and services as well, and the quotation is in a simpler portrait layout, showing us the products that they want, quantities and the expected prices for them. Under all these systems, you've got the option to be able to confirm that that order has been won, and the details will go through to the actual order for the jobs. And in the other areas, it's also going to pull through to suggest purchase orders for the materials that we might need if we're not holding any items in stock, and works orders to subbies and things like that. If you've got any questions about how the quotes work, or would like to get more details from us, please contact sales@interact.com.au. Thank you.